Allow me to take you back in time. It's 2011, you get home from a tiring day at school playing with slap wristbands and reading Warrior Cats books, and you log on to your favorite website, Moshi Monsters. We've covered a lot of nostalgic internet games on this channel, from 3D Wolf MMOs to haunted App Store games, but we haven't covered the drama that went down on the site Mushy Monsters in 2011. I'll cut to the chase. Today we're talking about the time that Lady Gaga sued Mushy Monsters. Before we get into the ad read, I just want to say something really quick. I actually made a Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can get access to exclusive videos, posts, polls, blooper reels, stuff like that. Just a bunch of fun exclusive content. But obviously, if you can't, I don't feel bad at all. I just thought I would put it out there. It's super cheap. It's like $1 to $5 maximum. But if you can't, I totally understand. And please don't feel bad. So I just thought I'd throw it out there in case you wanted to support the channel. Obviously, all the proceeds go back to improving the channel and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for giving me 2 seconds of your time, and now let's get on to the ad read itself. I'd like to give a really big thank you to today's sponsor, Wingfox. Wingfox is an online learning platform for creatives with courses in digital painting, design, animation, special effects, filmmaking, and more, all taught by industry experts and veterans. The course that I'm talking about today is called Lucid, a fantasy character illustration tutorial. It's taught by Livia Prima, whose art is jaw-dropping, and she works for Polar Engine Studios, who've done work for a bunch of super cool games. This tutorial will teach you everything you need to know about character illustration, from composition to sketching to coloring and finally rendering. The course looks at character illustration from an industry standpoint and will teach you everything you need to know about the skills and methods used in the game illustration industry. All of Wingfox's courses are super packed with content, super affordable, and when you buy a course you get to keep it forever. There's an affiliate link for this course down in the description, but if you want to take another Wingfox course, use my discount code WFH15 for 15% off. Once again, that's code WFH15 for 15% off any course. Thank you so much to Wingfox for sponsoring that video. Once again, if you do want to support the channel in any way, you can head to those affiliate links, or you can head to my Patreon. Either one really helps me out. And now let's get on with the story of the Mushy Monster lawsuit. Moshi Monsters was a web browser game and kids social media platform developed by British game studio Mind Candy. Kids could play mini-games, earn money, also known as rocks, dress up their character, and decorate their house. It was pretty similar to games like Animal Jam or Club Penguin, but targeted at a slightly younger audience. That didn't stop me playing it religiously, and at one point I was even a paying member of the site, which allowed me extra customization as well as bragging rights among the other 10-year-olds. The game was obviously just a ploy to squeeze money out of naive children. Like, so much of the game had member exclusive content and premium currencies, and given the fact that most of the game was just buying stuff, yeah, it was pretty egregious. One alluring and heavily monetized feature of the game was the pet collection system. Pets in this game were called mushlings and were basically the Pokemon of the Mushy Monsters world. You had to grow them from seeds, but you could also obtain them through games, giveaways, and real-life merchandise. Once again, this was basically a pay-to-play feature, and to have more than like 2 mushlings, you had to be a premium paying member. You also had to spend ridiculous amounts of money, both in-game and in real life, to collect any substantial number of them. Mushlings were basically just merchandising opportunities with figurines, plushies, books, and even a Nintendo DS game. Cool. But back to our story. Mushlings came in all different shapes and sizes, from beasties to birdies to sploshies. What the hell is a zoshling? From Splits the Yellow Fella to Mishmash the Crummy Mummy, there were over 290 mushlings, so you know, there were bound to be some duds. And one of these duds was about to cause a whole lot of legal trouble for Mind Candy in the form of a lawsuit from the Queen of Pop herself. How, you may ask? Well, let's dive straight into the Mushy Monsters lawsuit and court case. You see, Mushy Monsters had a little bit of a running gag in terms of celebrity parody mushlings. There was Simon Growl, Dustbin Beaver, and last but not least, Lady Gugu. Say coochie coo to Lady Gugu, the wah-wahing gooper star who's set to take the mushy world by storm. When she's not being pampered by her manager Simon Growl or dunking her rusks in milky milk, this blinged up baby is rocking the cradle with her techno lullabies and busting out cute moves. Why the fuck did I used to play this game? Lady Gugu was obviously a parody of Lady Gaga with the bleach blonde hair and the giant shades, but believe it or not, the character just being present in the game wasn't what caused the surge of controversy. See, Mushy Mushy Monsters were making music and music videos based around characters from their website. With chart-topping hits like Bongo Colada, Mop Top, Tweeny Bop, and Mushy Twist Miss, it seemed like things could only go up for the Mushy Monsters music label. That was until...
I'm Lady Gaga. Let's do the mushy dance. Let's do the mushy dance. Goo goo, mushy mushy, goo goo, mushy mushy, boo boo, mushy mushy. I'm Lady Gaga.
The song was called the Mushy Dance and was released in 2011. The song was basically meant to be the official Big Mushy Monsters song with a fully animated music video and an insanely catchy beat. Yeah, you can thank me for getting the Mushy Dance stuck in your head for the next week. So the Mushy Dance was wildly popular, racking up over 3 million views shortly after its publication on YouTube in June 2011. The song was sung by Lady Gugu and centered around her character, using multiple Lady Gaga related jokes and references in both the lyrics and the music video. Just as Mind Candy intended, the song was a hit, even scheduled to be released as a single on iTunes. Mushy Monsters had just launched their music label called Moshi Monsters, and the Mushy Dance was meant to be the label's first single. With its popularity on YouTube, the song, and therefore the upcoming iTunes release, was rapidly gaining attention. Unfortunately, that included the attention of Lady Gaga's legal team. The court case took place in London, where the pop icon brought an injunction against Mind Candy in the UK High Court to stop them from using Lady Gugu to produce music. So you might be thinking, Lady Gaga, a billionaire pop superstar who probably owns like 20 houses, got offended over some dumb kids website parody song about her? Call her a Simon Mabley sculpture because she's fragile as hell? Well, in reality, her actual reasoning wasn't quite that petty. Lady Gaga and her legal team argued that the sale of the song on iTunes would infringe on her registered trademarks, and the public would confuse the character Lady Gugu with Lady Gaga and her associated trademarks. Basically, Mushy Monsters had no disclaimers letting kids know that the character was a parody, and you know, there have been weirder celebrity brand crossovers in the past.
Tea, Mumizumi.
What's cooking, Gordon?
Not desserts. Can you fix this?
I don't think it's that far of a stretch to think that kids may have believed that it was an official collaboration. During the court case, Lady Gaga and her team even presented evidence that members of the public had already conflated the pop star for the parody character. I mean, if Lady Gugu had featured as just a background character or a collectible, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But Mushy Monsters were making huge amounts of merchandise to profit off this character. To draw a kind of random comparison, Lady Gaga collaborated with the Monster High franchise in 2016. She had a song, video, and a physical doll, and this was all an official licensed collaboration. Mushy Monsters, on the other hand, with zero permission, produced toys, plushies, trading cards, postcards, puzzles, and life-size mascot suits, I guess? Not to mention the Mushy Dance song, which had already reached 3 million views on YouTube. I think that Lady Gaga and her team were valid in their decision to draw the line between parody and just blatantly infringing on her brand for profit. So the court case, which lasted just a single day, came to a close and the verdict was in. Lady Gugu? More like Lady Gone. What I'm trying to say is Lady Gaga won. To quote an article from Mondac.com, the High Court granted a temporary injunction to prevent Mind Candy from promoting, advertising, selling, distributing, or otherwise making available to the public the Mushy Dance. It also prevented Mind Candy from doing the same with any musical work or video which purports to be performed by a character by the name of Lady Gugu, or which otherwise uses the name Lady Gugu or any variant thereon. Basically, Mind Candy had to take down the Mushy Dance and wouldn't be allowed to produce any more music with the Lady Gugu character in it. However, the judge ruled that Mushy Monsters was free to use the Lady Gugu character in their game just as long as no music was involved. Honestly, I think that Mind Candy got off pretty lightly. I mean, they could have lost all rights to their own character, or they could have just been fully sued and fined actual money, so in my eyes it could have been worse for them. After the court case, the chief executive of Mind Candy, Michael Afton Smith, was quoted as saying, "It's pretty obvious that kids will be able to tell the difference between the two characters. The shame is that millions of kids fell in love with Lady Gugu Gugu's debut single on YouTube and now won't be able to enjoy her musical exploits. It was all done in the name of fun, and we would have thought that Lady Gaga could have seen the humor behind this parody. I think this could be a worrying precedent for other parody acts and tribute bands. However, in response, Oliver Smith, an intellectual property lawyer, wrote, "The issue is whether the song name Lady Gugu is really another Mushy Monster trademark in disguise looking to piggyback on the success of Lady Gaga. English trademark laws allow parody songs and tribute bands, but not if the names are too similar and one takes unfair advantage of the other's goodwill." Yeah, get his ass, Oliver. So basically, Michael Afton Smith's response is kind of in bad faith since it paints Lady Gaga out to be this easily offended buzzkill when in reality she was just protecting her brand. Like I said, my opinion is that Mind Candy was already pushing it pretty far with how much they were monetizing this character, but making actual music using her likeness, I just think it was a step too far. If it had been an individual creator making these parodies, it might be different, but Mind Candy was a $1 million corporation and should have secured permission first, or at least held off on producing so much merchandise and music. After the lawsuit, Mind Candy actually changed Lady Gugu's character to remove all resemblance to Lady Gaga. They changed the character's name to Baby Rocks, removed her sunglasses, and gave her a more peach-toned hairstyle. Personally, I way prefer this design just from a character design standpoint, but the decision to completely alter the character was a strange one. The judge never ruled that Mind Candy had to change or remove the character after the lawsuit, so why did they? Well, it's most likely because they wanted to continue monetizing the character and producing merch, but didn't want to be sued again. It would spell bad news for them if Lady Gaga decided to turn around and sue them again to stop them from making merch altogether. So to be extra safe, they scrapped Baby Gugu altogether and introduced Baby Rocks. There was another parody mushling called Dustbin Beaver, which they also discontinued around the same time, so it's pretty clear that this brush with the law had really rustled their jimmies. The lawsuit showed that this social media giant wasn't so infallible after all. Mushy Monsters shut down in late 2019 due to support ending for Flash Player. The site was basically built on Flash, so Mind Candy made the decision to shut the site down on their own terms. I believe they run a Mushy Monsters themed mindfulness and sleep app for kids now, so I don't know, good on them I guess. It's better than whatever the hell Epic Games is doing these days. The court case is really interesting and bizarre to me, like this goofy, wholesome little kids game was sued by one of the most rich and powerful entertainers on the planet for publishing a song called the Mushy Dance. It's an interesting case of worlds colliding and a cautionary tale to those who seek to profit off of parody content. The world of copyright and trademark law is really murky, and who's to say who was right or wrong in this situation? I've already made my opinion clear, but I'd be really interested to see what you guys think. Maybe you have a different opinion, maybe you think they should have been allowed more leniency in terms of the whole parody thing. I don't know, I want to know your opinion. To quote The Guardian, Lady Gaga may call her fans little monsters, but it appears that she has no love for Mushy Monsters. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really hope that you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much to the user Cosmic Hearts for suggesting this. I literally didn't know about this until like recently when I got this comment, and I thought it was so fascinating. So I decided to make a video on it. So thank you very much for the suggestion. It was a very interesting topic. Thank you so much to my Garfield experts and my Garfield gods over on Patreon. If you want to join the Garfield ranks, you can head over to my Patreon. I will link it in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a good one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye! A massive thank you to my Garfield gods over on Patreon. Death2, Cloudy ATM, Troy Dietrich, Arkantolis, Erin, Joe Bradshaw, Dance and Ragdolls Comics, Tom McKinnon, Casey Harmegado, Simon Renshaw, To Eat Gyro or Not To Eat Gyro is the real question, Snoot, Aiden McFan, Jelly Kai, Moogs, Frank 1982, Joe, Tyson, Cassandra Karen Zakis, Lou D, Losers Club, Dennis Landry, Brianna Robinson, Kendall Pachelik, DJ Lemonheater, Alexander the Late, Karina Froge, J Poop, Ethan Poe, Soap Tears, Jason Salisbury, Soapwood, Dobim, Sneaker Wiz, Ellie Jamie, The Bone Saw, Lord Huge Knot is playing Maple Story, your boy TRZ, Fiverr, Gutalol, Ariella, DeGaulle, and Tristan. I love you guys, thank you so much for supporting me, and if you want to join these guys, head over to my Patreon in the description. Okay, bye!